Hey everybody, welcome to a new live stream. It has been a long time since I've done a live stream. Just been really busy. So let me know if you guys can hear me. Just throw out a comment, let me know if the audio is good. We'll just do an audio check before we jump into everything else. So good to see you guys. We got our moderators here. We got PM as one of the moderators. We got Sandy Rose as a moderator. Thank you so much for your help. Answering questions, just kind of taking care of the chat. Good to see you, Katie's Camp Kitchen. Also, Dean Whittle, good to see you. Awesome. Okay, it looks like the audio is going good. Let me see if I can get my chat working here. Really love to get the chat working on the screen, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Guessing I'm going to just have to use the chat here. It's a bummer. Okay, well, how has everyone's Prime Day been going? I don't know. I think a lot of it's hype. I always check the prices with Camel to see kind of the pricing history to see what's happening. But I will tell you, the power station companies and battery companies, they do a really good job actually having sales. But if you look at a lot of the other stuff, a lot of it's basically the same price as it was a month ago. So you got to be careful with that. But awesome. Good to see you guys. Jump in, Trevor, Dean, Adaptable. I like the way you spell that. That's cool. Domingo C. Good to see you guys. So basically, these are some of the best prices that I've seen year round. I would say they kind of rival Black Friday prices. So if you are looking for a power station, this is like some of the best stuff that I've seen. So it looks like PM uses Keepa to track prices on Amazon. Good, that's another tool that works really well. So let's go ahead and jump right into some of the deals. Again, I don't want to waste any time here. So let's jump in over here. I think we're going to start, let's see. I want to start with EcoFlow's deals. So let's jump in here. So, of course, they got to advertise up to $1,500 off. I'm not sure which power station that is. Probably the Pro. Or probably some bundles with like solar panels and stuff. So, pretty impressive prices here, guys. Not gonna lie. The lowest price that I've ever seen on the, let's see if I can jump into this. See if we can get to the actual page. There we go. Okay. So let's start at the bottom with the River series. Where's the small River? This is like the best price that I've seen on the River. It's probably gonna be like hidden somewhere. You got the River 2 Pro here, Delta 2, Deltas. Okay, so they're really pushing their Deltas. Anyway, I was hoping it would be right here. It was earlier on their website, but it looks like they've shuffled things around a little bit. Okay. So basically the price on the River is crazy, just the River 2. Let's just jump into the River 2 series and the River 2. So they don't even have it marked here. So on, sorry for the confusion, guys, here. I guess we're just going straight to Amazon because the prices were the same earlier today. I don't know what's up with that. But if we just do the River 2, check this out. Okay, so $179. That is lower than the actual review discount that it had when it came out on my review video. So really good price there on the River 2. So $179. Let's just take a look here. Got some comments I want to check out. Okay, so Epic 21's hoping to make a decision between the Bluetti and Pekron 2000. Well, the Pekron, we'll be looking at that. It is a crazy deal It's below $1,000. Christy Rudin's trying to decide on the EcoFlow River 2 Pro or the Bluetti. So you'll have to let me know, Christy, which Bluetti you're looking at. Let's see. Yeah, Dean Whittle, good price on the River 2, 130. Yep. Okay, so jumping back to the deals here, 179 for the River 2. That's an excellent price. If you look at the River 2 Pro, $500. Now this has 768 watt hours of capacity. It has a large inverter. So this is kind of my recommendation for a camping power station is the River 2 Pro. I've had really good luck with mine. And you know, it's probably one of the best medium-sized power stations you can go with right now, but look at this. $499. Also, guys, I have, for EcoFlow products, I have an additional 5% coupon. So the coupon, let me post the coupon codes here in the description or in the chat. So these are the 2 coupon codes for Amazon to take off an additional 5%. So I have the EFPD Jason SD, meaning smart devices. That'll take 5% off any of the smart devices that you buy. So that's the Blade, the Wave 2, or the Glacier Fridge. And then the next discount code was just without the SD, which is for the power stations. That will take off 5%. So basically when you go to checkout, you click on the Prime price, or you add it to your cart, and then you add the coupon, and that will get you that 5% off. So pretty cool there. Subject to change. You asked earlier if we could hear you, and I forgot to tell you that my hearing gets better with free giveaways. Of course it does. Awesome. Okay. G-Play is saying Jackery has some killer deals. Yeah, Jackery does have some killer deals, but I have not looked exclusively at theirs. If I have enough time, we can look at their stuff. I will tell you guys, I am going on a camping trip tomorrow morning, and I'm just barely trying to pack everything up. I have all my stuff kind of sitting over here and throughout the whole house. So I'm trying to keep this a little bit short because I really want to get out and have some fun camping. It's actually going to be kind of one of our family reunion trips. It's a 5-day trip. So I will do some content about that camping trip. So we're not going to spend a ton of time in the live stream today. Let's see. Okay, so going back to this here. So I would say this is one of the best prices I've seen on the River 2 Pro. Now, if you take 5% off of that, so yeah, you get an additional $25 off. So not bad. That's basically enough to take taxes off, depending on what the taxes are on your actual, you know, state tax that Amazon charges nowadays. At least in my state tax, I get it. Okay. Let's see if we got any others. Let's close this. So like I said, the River 2 is a really good price at $179, and you get $500 for the River 2 Pro. Now the Max is right in between. I would say this is not as good of a deal. Because look at the price jump up to the Max between the River 2, and also look how close it is to this $500 mark. I mean, it's just a little bit cheaper. So you get a lot more with the River 2 Pro. So that's just my opinion. I like the River 2 Pro. It's going to give you a longer run time on your devices when you're camping. You know, 12-volt fridge is going to last a lot longer. It also has the benefit of just the larger inverter. So. Anyway, that's the River 2, or the River series. Let's take a look at the Delta 2 stuff. So Delta 2, if you're looking for a really good kind of, basically it's got the full-size inverter, 1800 watts, plus it's a 1000 watt-hour device. I end up using the Delta 2 quite a bit. Like, I will grab the Delta 2 kind of as one of my favorites. Like, I just grab it because it's so light, but it has a lot of power. So I think a second camping trip that I'm doing later, just the beginning of August, I think I'm going to try taking the Delta 2 and seeing how that does. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do for that. But extremely good price, $700 for the Delta 2. That's really good. Let's see if they have the Delta Max on here. Yeah, Delta 2 Max, $14.99. Jeez, that's like $200 off the launch price it had of $1,700. So that's pretty good. Or I guess it was $1,800. So this is $1,500 versus $1,800. So $300 off the launch price of the Delta 2 Max a couple months ago. So that's really good too. Anyway, like I said, guys, these are going to be your best prices of the year, in my opinion. I think I'm trying to remember what Black Friday is like, but I feel like this is bigger. I feel like these are bigger deals. Let's jump in here. Okay, so I got Adaptable saying, how would you compare the Delta 2 plus one extra battery versus the Delta 2 Max? Home Depot has the Delta 2 plus an extra battery for $1,049 right now. That's a pretty good deal. So you can see the price here with the Delta 2 Max is $1,500. And now I gotta remember, is it the actual Delta 2? Because if it's the Delta 2 with an expansion battery, that's pretty good. Obviously, you get a bigger inverter with the Delta 2 Max. You also get 1,000 watts charging input via solar. The Delta 2 can only do 500. So it kind of depends what you're trying to do. I would say the Delta 2 with an expansion battery is going to be a little bit easier to move around. It's like a tall stack versus just a bigger battery or power station. But yeah, $500 cheaper. There are, just a few downsides that the inverter's smaller. It doesn't charge with 1,000 watts, only charges with 500 watts. So it kind of depends on what you're trying to run. If you're trying to run multiple appliances, like a home backup scenario with different appliances plugged in, I'd probably lean over to the Delta 2 Max just because you're trying to get, the full 2,400 watts and 1,000 watts charging. So hopefully that answers your question there. I mean, there's some other differences too. Okay. Let's see. G Plus says thanks for all your hard work. Very valuable info. Lisa Hurst, Jason. What are the best extension cables for going a AC 180 to solar panels? So Lisa, what you're going to want to do is you look up any MC4 solar adapter cable, and you're going to want to do at least 12 gauge. And you just look for MC4 extension cables on Amazon, and they will work just fine. Because the AC 180 comes with the solar charging cable with the MC4 connections, and then your solar panels should have MC4 connections. So all you need is an MC4 extension cable. White Freeman, don't forget the like button is free to click. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's check it out here. Okay, so Adaptable said that was very helpful. You're welcome. Carrie Rogers, I want a B300 battery, but for $400 more, I can get an AC 300 and B300 battery. Anyone looking for an AC 300? Yeah, I still have my AC 300 sitting around. I have my B300 from my AC 300 plugged into my AC 500 because they are compatible with a special adapter cable. I'm still not sure if Bluetti's selling that adapter cable, but just keep in mind, if you for that $400 more, it might be worth having two separate systems. I don't know. You have to kind of look at what you're doing there. Okay, Chrissy's looking at the Bluetti EB70. Yeah, I'm sure that's at a good price. What was your original question? Yeah, lost it in the comments. The Bluetti EB70 is coming in at a good price. So let's finish up the looking at the EcoFlow deals here just to see if there's anything else. I know that their solar panels were on a sale too, but I wonder what their I wonder what their 220 watt solar panel dropped down to, because if it's a good price, let's see. Okay, so this usually sells for $550. MSRP is $649, but this sells every day for $549. So $379. That's not a horrible price. You do get really close to the 220 watt output with this panel. Not bad. This is a fully waterproof panel. It's not perfect. The stand is built into the case, and I'm not a huge fan of that. The case here, using as a stand, I wish it just had kickstands, and it's very heavy. I think it weighs 32 pounds without the case. So yeah, that's like, if you're looking for an EcoFlow panel, this would probably be the best time to buy it as well. So $379 is not bad. Let's see if they have any of their smaller panels. What's the 160 go for? Okay, $244. Now this is not a bifacial panel, so it uses the same horrible kickstand solution. Oh man, I wish they changed that. The other thing you'll notice, guys, with these panels is they're heavier because they have glass in them, but they have this really stiff plastic. And so if it's cold, these will not fold up, or they'll either stay folded up or they'll want to not fold up. You have to warm them up for them to get pliable. So just keep that in mind. Like if you pull this out of your shed in the winter, this thing's going to be rock hard, and it has to be in the sun for a while for it to lay flat. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's take a look here. Michigan Man's looking at the Pekron 600. We are going to briefly look at the Pekron as well. $255 for a 100 amp hour lithium battery. Which website's that one, P Holiday? Okay, so yeah, those are some really good prices on EcoFlow products, guys. Just remember the 5% off discount codes that I included in the chat. Let me see if I can include those one more time here. I'll put them in the chat one more time. So if you want to save an additional 5% off the power stations or smart devices, you can put those discount codes in on Amazon. Okay, cool. Let's jump into the Bluetti Prime sale, because I was pretty impressed with these prices as well. So looking at the Bluetti Prime Day sale, the biggest thing that stuck out to me was, gosh, where is the, let's see. It was the AC200 Max. Look at this price on the AC200 Max, guys. If you want a power station, it's a little outdated, but it takes up to 6 kilowatt hours of battery total, right? So it's 2 expansion batteries. It's got a decent 900 watts solar charging input, which is good. And it did, you know, it's fairly good. It just doesn't have like fast charging via wall power. It doesn't have UPS functionality. But for $12.99 for a decent power station, that's actually pretty good. Now, if you're looking for the slightly older model, this is the lowest price that I've ever seen on the, oh man, I was hoping that it would go straight into, I guess we're gonna have to drop into their power stations here, and I wanna look at the AC200P. This thing was cheap, man. This is the lowest price I've ever seen on this thing, $1,119. Now this only has 700 watts input, but it is LFP, and it does dual charge. So, I mean, you have some options. Okay, so that's some of that stuff. Let's go back. Let's look at some of the other deals going on here. What's the AC300 going for? $2,300 for 3,000 watt hours of capacity, 3,000 inverter. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good price too. And this is more of your home backup stuff because it's just so big. You're not going to be moving that thing around. Now, if you add in a second battery to the AC300, yeah, that's where they really get you. That's kind of, I mean, it's still a bit off of what the MSRP is, but still, that's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money. but these things are expensive. Let's see what they are going with their small stuff. So I knew the AC 180 wouldn't be changing. This is the same price that they had at launch just a few weeks ago with the AC 180, so that's the same price. Not sure. Anybody purchased the AC 60? I'm just not sure what the purpose is of this power station. The one thing that's just puzzles my mind is the AC 60 takes the B80 expansion battery. It has an expansion port. Why didn't they do that on the AC 180 that would benefit way more from expansion batteries? I don't know, man. Just, it puzzles me. Let's see if they got any really good deals going with the kind of solar panel combinations here. Now, just FYI, guys, I just finished a humongous solar panel comparison video. I have 10 different solar panels, 200-watt panels, that I tested with my father-in-law, Jeff. That video will be coming out Friday. A huge video. Took so much time, but very interesting results. So just keep in mind, if you are looking for a solar panel, you'll be able to see the performance of all those 200-watt solar panels from 10 different brands. Unbiased, just raw facts about the power station and performance. We got a ton of different graphs and stuff, so if you're looking for a 200-watt panel, you want to watch Friday's video. Let's take a look at some of the questions here. I've been shopping all day for a 12-volt fridge, not blown away by any deals. Can't decide. Well, Dean, I have a 20% off discount code for ICECO and Set Power. And the price on the Explorer Bear that I reviewed last week, that price is really good. We'll break into that a little bit later. Yeah, Pokemon Dentist is asking about Anker. Yep, that's the next group that we're going to look at. So, some really good deals, guys. If you've had your eye on a certain power station and you've made your mind up and you're just waiting for a good price, today would be a good day to buy. So that's what I would just say. Hopefully you have your mind kind of made up. Maybe a little bit later in the stream, you guys can ask certain questions about certain power stations, and I can get to that just depending on if we have certain time. But so Bluetti and EcoFlow, probably the best prices of the year on a power station. So just keep that in mind. If you are looking to buy, you probably want to do that. Let's take a look at Anker just to see what's up here. So, same type of deal here. Now, their website's a little bit harder to get to the products. They have their smaller and their larger models. Let's look at the smaller ones first. And if you notice, they've kind of rebranded. They call it the Solix now. So it used to be called the Powerhouse, the Anker Powerhouse. This is just a name change. I don't think it has anything to do with the change of specs or anything. So it is just called the Solix now. So that's just the new line, brand name, or whatever. And these are pretty good prices as well. So if you've been eyeing the Anker, they're pretty stunning prices. So I tried to get into this earlier, and you have to try to get to the power station by itself. It tries to bundle this solar panels stock, and I didn't want that. So let's see if we can get it by itself. So if we come here to the 2000 watt version, does it let us choose without the battery? No, how do I get to without the battery? There it is. Wow, they make it so hard, guys, to choose this. Okay, so $21.99 minus $600. Now that's the best price I've seen on this. Obviously, it's more expensive than what you were seeing with the Delta 2 Max. The Delta 2 Max was coming in at $1,500, right? This is going to be $21.99 minus $600. Yeah, $15.99. So this is $100 more than the Delta 2 Max. You do get the added benefit of the wheels and handle. Inverters are the same size. You get more DC output with this one here. You get 20 amps. You get 10 amps per 12 volt socket, and you only get 10 amps for the Delta 2 Max. So if you're looking for more DC output, this one gives you 10 amps more because you get 10 amps per port, which is nice. You get also 3, man, does it have a picture of that? Can't even zoom in on this, man. It's got 3 100-watt USB-C ports, so that's also an advantage. The fans on this are nearly silent. It's got 1,000 watts input from solar panels. However, it's got a 60-volt cutoff with 20 amps. So it's a little bit hard to get to that full 1,000 watts. When I tested, it was easy to get to 750 watts, and that was kind of my peak. Let's take a look at the comments really quick. James is saying I can't find any good prices on portable solar panels. Yeah, I feel like the power stations they don't have such a markup on. I feel like these companies make their money through their solar panels. They've just huge markups on these solar panels, guys. So just keep that in mind. You probably want to go with an off-brand solar panel or glass rigid panels if you're looking for a good price on a solar panel. Okay. I've heard there was a problem with the 767 by Anker. Just like with any power station on launch, there were a couple bugs and firmware issues. With the firmware updates, it's actually been really good. I have not noticed any issues with my 767. In fact, I use it as my daily UPS on the computer that I'm streaming this on, and it works flawless. Has a really fast UPS mode. So early models maybe, but it's been out for a while. They've definitely fixed the bugs for the Anker 767. Now, of course, that's not perfect. Everyone's going to have, there's going to be people out there that have issues with power stations. There's so many components inside. Like looking at Adaptable's comment here, he says we've had issues with our 767 and returned it. Sad as I usually enjoy Anker products. Yeah, they'll iron it out with time. 100 watching, only 36 likes. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, guys, smash the like button, please. Christy Reardon's looking to compare the Bluetti EB70 versus the EcoFlow River 2 Pro. If you watch my River 2 Pro video, I compared it against the EB70. The EB70 is really outdated right now. It's a good power station and it works really well, but it just doesn't have the newer features like the River 2 Pro. So I would definitely recommend the River 2 Pro over the EB70 if you're going to be buying that today. Now, if you already had the EB70, I wouldn't recommend selling it to get the River 2 Pro. It's not that big of a difference, but it does have fast charging, smart app connectivity. The River 2 Pro accepts more solar panel input. It accepts higher solar panel input for voltage. You can put 2 panels in series. It's got a larger inverter. No, they're both 700 to 800 watts. Can never remember if it's 700 to 800. But I'd say right now my two favorite power stations for medium-sized camping options would be the Pekron E600 for budget. You can pick that up for under 300 bucks. It's not perfect. You'd have to watch my video on that. But if you want a premium, really good device, I'd recommend the EcoFlow River 2 Pro over the EB70. Okay, let's take a look. James Ambrose. Will Prowse found several problems with the Anker. Yes, he was an early adopter, earlier reviewer from it. I reviewed it about 6 months after it came out. They fixed a lot of those. The only real issue with the Anker was the adapter. The solar adapter that it came with had all the exposed pins. They still have not fixed that. I mean, it's borderline, right? 60 volts is kind of where DC will shock you. 50 to 60 volts. So more of the studies have said that it has to be above 60 volts than 50 volts. So when solar panels are under load, the voltage is going to be right around 45 to 40 volts. So even with the exposed pins, it's probably not that big of a deal. So I don't know. Sure, it's not super safe, but I don't think it's extreme danger. If it's wet, yeah, you'll get shocked. So just put tape over them. That's what I recommended in my review video. Or just use your own adapter. I mean, there's tons of XT60 parallel and a series cable stuff online. Okay. Just looking at some of the comments here. Travel Diva 2, do you recommend getting the B80? Only if you have a power station. Like, you have to have the AC60 to connect to the B80. Not really any of the power stations use the B80 right now. So I would recommend just buying a standalone battery. That's just my opinion, though. James says he bought the AC 180 and loves it. Yeah, it's a great power station. Okay. Yeah, PM. Even with wet hands, a 12 volt will give you a tingle. I actually, thinking about that, I actually was messing around with a 24 volt battery, which doesn't have over 30 volts. And I touched the terminals with my fingers and I felt a little tingle. So just keep in mind, anything higher than 12 volts will get you with dry hands, but how much does it hurt or whatever? I mean, I just felt a weird tingle and it wasn't anything dangerous, but 24 volt batteries will get you. Okay, so let's jump back in here. So this one, pretty good price, $15.99. I want to look really quick at the smaller version. Now I haven't reviewed this power station personally. This it's got the bundle here. Do they have that without the bundle? It's always so hard on their website to find it without the bundle. Let's see. There it is. Okay. This came in with $700. $700 off. So let's see. $13.99 minus $700. So this is the same price as the Delta 2. So very similar to the Delta 2, except for the inverter's not as big. So this only has a 1200 watt. Now, how big is the inverter on this one? I have not reviewed this, like I said. So I'm pretty sure the inverter is not 1800 watts like the Delta. Okay, so 1500 watt inverter. So still the Delta 2, Bluetti AC 180 are a little bit more powerful than this. This does have the most capacity out of all of them. Like this would be comparable to the Delta 2 AC 180. Just to keep that in mind. Like I said, I have not reviewed this one though, so I can't vouch for its quality or how it works. The last one that I was going to look at was the Anker Powerhouse 555. Yeah, not a very good price. I reviewed this power station. This is kind of the 5 series, so just give you a little bit of background here. The 5 series, the 555, that's kind of their not so premium device. And then the 700 series are their premium devices. So these have like external wall chargers, no UPS functionality, slow solar charging. But usually you get a pretty good price. But yeah, this is not, I don't think this is a decent price for that product. Okay, looking at some of the comments here. B Holiday, EcoFlow River would be a perfect little power station if it had wireless charging on the top. So you're a wireless charger. I prefer to charge through USB-C. I guess it depends if you have an iPhone or not, but USB-C is super efficient versus wireless charging is not super efficient. There's a lot of heat transfer as well. So I don't know. I don't personally feel wireless charging's a huge benefit, but if that's something you like, I think that's great. So yeah, you'd probably want to stick with, sheesh. The EB3A has wireless charging on the top, so that's good. What is the EB3A coming in at? I did not look at that. Let's see what the EB3A is. Okay, so very similar. It's a little bit more money. Let me bring it over. It's a little bit more money than the River 2. So it's a little bit, maybe it's out of stock or it's just behind stock. They're saying end of July it's shipping. So they probably expect some to come in. This is a decent power station. My first model had some issues with the UPS mode. I mean, I don't really use this as a UPS, but it's nice to have UPS if it works. It's a little iffy on the UPS. Everything else worked really well on it. I like that it has the adjustable charging. It's got a 600 watt inverter, decent DC output, wireless charging, smart app connectivity. So yeah, this is a decent small power station for $199. The River 2, which is comparable to this, it does not have a 600 watt inverter. Comes in at $179, so $20. Okay. Question, Pokemon Dentist. Worth it to pair a power station with the same brand solar panels, or is it just good or cheaper to get in aftermarket? You do not need to have the brand of power station panels to go with that power station. You can do whatever brand you want, but you do have to make sure that it lines up with the voltage and amperage input levels. So, well, it's more based on voltage. I have a video. Let me bring that up on the other screen here. This video right here on my channel, if you go to just my base channel and then look at favorite solar panel videos playlist, you can see finding the right solar panel right here, this video. This breaks down how to match up any solar panel with any power station. And it gives you 3 live demos of how to do that. So I always recommend this video to beginners that are looking for solar panels and their power stations. It's called Power Stations 101. This guide right here is also a very good solar video. This beginner's guide to series in parallel. We go through a couple demos on that. So I recommend this video if you're also learning about solar. But yeah, you can use any aftermarket panel with any power station as long as the voltage is fine. James is saying the problem with solar panels by off-brands is Amazon allows these companies to exaggerate, like buying a flashlight, like 10,000 lumen flashlight. Yep, those Chinese cheap flashlights that say they're as bright as the sun. Yeah, that's so funny. It makes me laugh. You just got to stick with the bigger name brands. So, like I said, on Friday I have the 200 watt solar panel comparison video coming out. Most of the panels did pretty good. I think you guys are going to be impressed. And some of them come in at a really, really good price. So, pretty awesome. Okay, checking out some of the comments here. Okay, so Lisa said I was going to go with the Bluetti panels till everyone said they were stupid, over expensive, and I had super short cables in the back. Yeah, Lisa, most panels do have short cables, so that's kind of a brand. That's not a brand issue. That's kind of an issue with all these folding panels. You just have to have a cable that kind of fits. But they are a little bit more priced. So check out that video on Friday. I think you'll be impressed. Let's see. Josie Joe's asking about the Elecanta 120 working with the small Bluetti EV3A. Yes, that'll work just fine. Michael S. Don't know if you reviewed the EcoFlow Wave 2. What are your thoughts on the price performance, current sale, or is it just hype? Okay, so Wave 2. I have the Wave 2, and I've been using it pretty consistently. I wish I had some pictures to show you guys. So I was overrun with videos from EcoFlow for about 3 months, and I just got super tired of doing power station reviews. I did like 4 in 2. I had 4 power station reviews in 3 weeks, and that was overkill, guys. That was just crazy. So I told them when I agreed to the contract with EcoFlow, I basically said, hey, don't give me a date on that because there's no way that I'm getting that video out because I have all my camping trips and all that stuff going on. So I am working on the Wave 2. I have been using it to cool off my house. I've been using it in a window, so I have it ducted to pull air and exhaust air through a window. And I've been running it off my transfer switch 100% of the time during the day. And it pulls around 500 watts off AC power. So I've been using it to cool my house off. And I've been basically just running it off my transfer switch and my power station through solar. So it's been completely free energy. And it works. It works really well. It's been very impressive. It cools down as advertised. It pushes out a ton of cooling power. Anyway, I've been very impressed with the Wave 2. I will be doing a video on it. I'm hoping for that. That video is scheduled for July 28th. So I'm just looking up at my schedule here. So July 28th, hopefully you'll get a little bit about it. If you're really on the fence about it and you're kind of leaning to buying it and at the best price right now, I think you'll really like the Wave 2. The problem is running it off a battery is just not realistic unless you're just running it for a few hours to cool down your space and then you turn it off. Like I said, it pulls a lot of power on full power mode. On eco mode, it pulls like 250 to 300 watts. So it's realistic to run it through the whole night. But the problem is, in the morning, if you're running it on full power, your battery's going to be dead. And that's if you're running off the Delta 2 Max. So what are you going to run your other electronics? Like if you have a fridge, your fridge isn't going to run because your battery's going to be dead. So air conditioning is kind of, what's more important? To keep your food running if you have a fridge running off your power station, or is it more important to run the AC? Now, if you're on shore power or if you're running off AC power, it rocks because you can just run it forever. So that's kind of just my thought process right now. If you're looking at the Wave 2, do you want to, you know, how much battery power do you have and how much battery power do you want to leave in the morning so that you can run your other electronics? Because you're not going to get good solar until noon. And how many panels are you going to take with you? Like 500, 600, 700 watts? I mean, that's what you're going to need to offset the use of this thing. So just keep that in mind. Running off AC power, it's awesome, and it works really well. Running off battery, it works well, but it kills your battery pretty quick. Okay, jump back to the comments here. Sorry, Mike. Hopefully that breaks that down for you. Thank you. Just search solar power station today, and because of that, recommend you're live right now. That's awesome, Pokemon Dentist. The first time you've seen my channel right now. Well, I have a ton of videos, so just check them out. Tom Laughlin. Hi, Jason. Do you have any experience with the Bouge RV SIGS panels? I do not have any personal experience with them. I've heard they're decent. I've heard SIGS panels work really well with partial shading. I don't know the science behind it too much, but I think they'd be great. They are fairly expensive. But I think where they really shine is like on top of a vehicle where you have like roof rack and stuff. Apparently shade does not affect SIGS panels at all, so you can get really, really, really good partial shading results. PM says, we appreciate your testing of the power stations. Very helpful. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Well, thank you for the comment, but you're welcome. Let's see what else we got here. The Balder 120 is a great panel. B Holiday says, I have the Balder 120. I got for $150 a year ago on Amazon. It's been perfect. 125 watts. Yes. The Balder, the Elicanta, those are both Togo Power or Tugo Power. Both of those, all those brands are really good budget panels. I have some videos on the Elicanta and the Balder brand. And we did test some Balder panels for the Friday video coming up. So you can see the performance there. But they're priced around $160 right now, which is just a little over $1 per watt. So pretty decent. And Natish is asking about the AC200 Max for $1,300 or the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max for $1,699. I think it's a little bit cheaper than that. I think it's $1,599, and I have the 5% off discount code. The Delta 2 Max is definitely more of a new power station. I'm kind of feeling... I have no rumors at all, guys. I'm just putting my opinion out there. I feel that Bluetti's kind of working on a new 2,000 watt hour or a 200 series power station. It's been a while since they've released something. I think it'll be kind of similar to the AC 180, but I really, really hope that they have higher DC output. So the AC 200 Max is just a little dated. It doesn't have the fast wall charging, and it doesn't have internal chargers, so you have to have the external charging bricks up. If you're running the AC 200 Max off solar only, it's a great power station. Fred's mom, welcome. I was tempted by the Anker, but chose the Delta 2. Really excited to use the 220 watt panel I'm getting with it because my RV has no built-in solar. Yeah, that 220 watt panel is a really good panel. And I think you'll like that power station a lot. Okay, John Tate saying the Wave 2 and the Delta 2 make great combination. Use the Delta 2 as a battery connected to using the DC cable. Yep. Yeah, for sure. And I will probably do that in my video showing the DC efficiency versus the AC efficiency. Right now, I just have like 1,700 watts of solar coming in to my transfer switch and power station setup. So running the Wave 2 off the wall outlet is just makes sense to me right now. Sandy Rose, yeah, working a regular job and making videos for us is a lot of work. Thank you. Yes, guys, full-time job here, and yeah, I just got off my full-time job like 2 hours ago. Yeah, it's almost 6. So I get off work at 4. Man, it is so much work, but I just love it, guys. It's always worth it. It's always worth it to test these products and see if they work well. And plus, that part's fun. Making the videos is a lot of work, and it's not quite as fun making the videos, but testing the products is way fun. Putting it into specific words and not making mistakes and editing it and redoing all that stuff. Yeah, YouTube's a tough job, guys. You get a lot of critics, too. Let's see. Okay. Sandy Rose again, pushing the hit the like button. Yep, definitely, definitely. Okay, so let's jump into Pekron really quick. We haven't looked at the Pekron power stations. Now, if you want a really, really good, cheap power station, Pekron is a great option. Now, when these come out, they do have some bugs, and they release a couple different versions. So if you just wait a couple of months, they'll work the problems out. Now, the older models don't have smart app connectivity, but, oh, can I go back? Yeah, look at this, guys. If you guys are excited for this one, this is pretty awesome. So, not quite available, but you can pre-order it right now for $900. Now, this has a 2,200 watt inverter. This is the E1500. This has expansion batteries. It has internal fast wall charging, smart app connectivity, and pretty decent DC output from my understanding. Can we zoom in on that? I want to see that. What does that say? What does that say? 30 amp output. Can you see that right there? Oh, that's going to be awesome. So you have your high DC output. You have your fast internal wall charging, which means this has UPS functionality. You have your solar input, which is, looks like you can get 700 watts input, which is pretty decent for this small machine. Anyway, this is the big news from Pekron right now, is the 1500. So this is on sale for $200 off. And now if you're looking for their older models, crazy deals, guys, crazy deals. This is the Pekron, oh, it just moved. There we go. The Pekron 2000. So I have the 2000, it's a decent model. Comes in at $900, and it does take expansion batteries, so this is a decent model. And the other one that I would definitely recommend is the E600. This is a really good budget model. Now I have a full video testing the Pekron versus the River 2 Pro just for fun. It was the 72-hour compressor fridge showdown with budget versus premium. And so you can check that out here in this video, the Pekron versus the River 2 Pro. Both power stations work well. It just, one has a lot higher solar input than the other. One has, there's just advantages either way. So if you're looking for a super budget, not super fancy features, no frills, no nothing like that, this is going to be your Pekron series. And they do come in at a really good price. So you can get this less than $200, I think it's $299 on Amazon, the E600, which is crazy pricing for that power station. And then, E2000. All the other models from Pekron are not LFP. They're lithium-ion batteries, so just keep that in mind. So if you see a really good deal like this E1000 for $400, it's because it does not have lithium iron phosphate batteries in it. So they're kind of trying to sell off those models. But the biggest thing right now, I'd say from Pekron, is this E1500. And I will be reviewing the E1500. So excited to see how this one's going to turn out. I hope it doesn't have the USB-C issues. There are the USB issues. For some reason, Pekron just can't work out all the little bugs with this. But luckily, they have the smart app connectivity with this one. So hopefully they can do some firmware updates to get all the USB ports working good. Let's jump back to the camera here. So let's see. Any comments on the Jackery 2000 Pro Plus? It's not out yet. Well, are there any official reviews on that yet? I don't think I've seen one. I don't think Hobotech's reviewed that one yet. Maybe he has. I'm wanting to review the new Jackery 2000 Plus, which has LFP batteries. I'm trying to get a deal worked out with Jackery. In fact, they actually reached out for me to review it, but they have some crazy requirements for the video, guys. And I'm just not, I don't know if I'm willing to do it, so maybe I'll just have to buy it. But they are very expensive for what you get. For example, I mean, you can get the Delta 2 Max for $1599, the AC200 Max for $1,300. The Jackery E2000 Plus, which has the LFP, comes in at $2,200. So you're almost spending $1,000 more for that power station. So I don't know about customer service. I don't know about features or how it functions. I haven't tested one before. I'm not dissing Jackery in any way. It just know that you have to spend a little bit more money to get their products. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other comments here. Okay, so Adaptable saying the E600 drops to $299 once it's in the cart. Come on, Pekron, update the website. Christy Reardon, thank you for taking time for the chat and all your reviews. I've learned so much from your reviews and watching the best, and been watching for. Oh, sorry, I'm just slaughtering this comment. Sorry. I have learned so much from your reviews and watching for the best price for over a year. Have fun camping. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's been really good prices today and tomorrow. Epic21 said there is a review on the E2000. Well, I'll have to check it out. Cheapest all-in-one that you can parallel and get split phase to 40. $1,000 cheaper than Bluetti and $3,000 cheaper than EcoFlow. And that's you're talking about the Pekron, right? I think I saw your comment, Jonathan. Okay. Maybe I missed that. Maybe clarify which power station you're talking about, John. Okay. Is that all those? Let's take a look at, if I could spell, I think it's freezer. Cool. We're going to jump into this here. So just FYI, ICECO sent me an email saying they've upgraded my discount code to 20%. It's usually 12%. So if you're looking to buy a fridge from ICECO, it is a full 20% off using my discount code. So let's see what they got here on these prices. Go 20 is a really cool fridge because it's so small and it's got the divider. This divider, you can run a half gallon of ice cream in this size perfectly. I will be taking my VL60 with me just because it's a little bit bigger trip that I'm going on. So $800 with 20% off, that's pretty decent. The VL45 is just a classic. This thing rocks. I've always been impressed with my VL45, $559 with the 20% off discount code. Let's see. The JP Pro series are pretty cool too. Let's see what they got on the next page. The APL 55. So they have the silver version, and then they have the black version. $773. That's actually, yeah, it launched at near $900. So that's actually a pretty good price if you're looking for the newest model from ICECO. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with ICECO, they are pretty much the only fridge brand, I think maybe ARB uses CCOP, Danfoss, but they're pretty much the only brand that uses CCOP on a large scale. So these have CCOP compressors with a 5-year warranty. I did have my VL45 go bad. Something happened with the compressor last year, and they replaced it without any questions asked. And that was me calling the support line and everything. There was no special hookups at all. So I've been very impressed with ICECO customer support. It seems that their newer fridges are a little bit more accurate than their previous fridges on temperature, or at least now I'm testing that, and I've noticed that. But yeah, very, very impressed with this. So if you're looking at a really, like, middle of the line, so not a $1,200 fridge, right? So if you go with ARB, Indelb, Dometic, or Engel, you're going to be spending like $1,300 to $1,200 for a fridge. Why not spend half that or even less than half that and get a 5-year warranty on a CCOP compressor fridge? So anyway, really good brand here with ICECO. I've just always liked ICECO from the beginning. Now, if you want a cheaper fridge, brand, doesn't have the 5-year warranty, doesn't have the CCOP compressor, but it does have the Y compressors, which they sure are making a lot of those. My discount code also has been upgraded from Set Power. They emailed me as well and saying it was 20% off. So my discount code for these fridges is just Jasonoid. Takes 20% off. So I've really liked these PT model, the PT55, PT45, PT35. These are really good dual zone fridges. Trying to get a picture of the inside. There we go. So you have 2 different zones. You can set them to the same temperature. You can set them to different temperatures, fridge, freezer, freezer, fridge, whatever way. It works as a complete dual zone. So these are pretty cool. The other one, can I see all of them? Yeah. These are the RV60, RV45 duals. These are really cool because they have a removable divider. These are one of the first fridges that kind of brought the reversible lid and removable divider to a budget level fridge. So that's really cool. So just keep that in mind. It's got, has there pictures on this one? Where's the, I want to see the divider. There it is. See the divider right here. You can take this out and it becomes a single zone. Put it in, it becomes a dual zone. And it actually works really well. Now the price on these is a lot more affordable. For a 60 quart at $400 with a dual zone, that's a really good price, and 20% off that. The one I just took out from, I think the latest one I reviewed was their PT55, which is a great fridge. Now, the one that's just a rock star that a lot of people really like is the Set Power RV45S. Now, this is very similar to, it looks almost identical to the ICECO, except for the lid is not like as thick and insulated, but it kind of looks the same. Does not have the CCOP compressor in it. So $399, guys. So that, remember, the ICECO VL45 price was priced at $560. This is priced at $400. So you just have to decide, you know, is it worth it to get the CCOP and the 5-year warranty, or go with the off-brand compressor, less insulation, a little bit less insulation, pretty similar build quality, and get it for $400 plus 20% off. So anyway, things to think about. I did not check for Explorer Bear. I don't think they have any huge sales going on right now on their fridges. They was already a cheap price. $359. This is the one I reviewed last week. $359. It brought the price down to $287. Now this is only a single zone model, but the lid is really nice and it flips around. So My discount code is Jasonoid20, and it brings this down to $287. They also have the larger version, the 50-liter version. Okay, going to jump back to some comments here. See what we got. Sandy says, the last fridge you reviewed was really nice. Yeah, I really liked the Explorer Bear 40 quart. Okay. John Tate said it was the Jackery 2000 Plus. Okay, 4,300 with the combiner box. Can't beat it. And that's with 2 units, so Jackery 2000 Plus with 2 units and the combiner box. Yeah, that's not bad. B Holiday says, I actually use the EcoFlow River and the Go 20 for car camping in a Subaru. Between the 12 volt and the panel, it's pretty nice, pretty cheap, minimal system. Yeah, I like the Go 20. Lisa's asking why portable car fridges are so expensive. 317 has the wheels and the app control and everything. Yeah, there's just, it's the DC compressors are getting cheaper, but they're not quite there. There's a lot of tech in these. It's a lot of material. They're made of metal most of the time. They're a valuable product. You can get the really, really cheap plastic ones, and you can get them down around $200. But like I said, the Explorer Bear that I reviewed last week, $287 for a 40 quart, really good insulation, really nice handles, really good exterior. It's all metal, except for the bottom is a plastic tub to kind of keep it from scratching things. I think it's great. Let's see. Can you plug a solar panel into the Pekron 600 top jack that says 18 volts max? This is Buck asking that question. Yeah, I don't like why I don't like the label they put there. Basically, it's going to take any 12 volt solar panel, or 12 volt panels put out 18 volts at peak power. So 18 volts is what a 12 volt panel puts out. So that top port is designed for a 100 watt solar panel, and it will work with most 100 watt panels. I don't know if it would work with a higher 100 watt panel, like some weird 24 volt system that's, you know, putting out 30 volts. So as long as it's a regular 100 watt panel from Bluetti, Alicante, Balder, whatever, all those 12 volt solar panels, it should work on that Pekron E600. Very confusing, and the owner's manual, goodness, does not explain the voltage inputs for that port. So yes, there's some confusion there. Jose says he's done by solar power stations. I'd rather build my own system. Lithium battery phosphates are super cheap. Yep. I think Jose mentioned, I think you've commented on my video in the past. I think I remember that you had some issues with a Bluetti or an Anker. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, DIY systems are great, and they work really well. You just have to know how to put them together. And I love DIY builds, and I love power stations. I kind of do both on my channel to cover both audiences, because there's a lot of people that want DIY builds and power stations. So if you go back in some of my videos, I do have 4 or 5 decent DIY builds. Okay. Natish says, discount does not work. Jasonoid could not be used with your existing discounts. You already have a better combination. I think you have to remove the coupon that comes with it. So you X out the coupon that's weird and then use my coupon. But it might be the same price. But yeah, if it's already on sale, it's because it already has a coupon already applied. But if you want to give me credit for the sale price and kind of my affiliate referral saying it's a good fridge and I've tested it and put a lot of time and effort in the video, if you want to give me credit for that purchase, take off their discount code and put my discount code there. If not, don't worry about it. You can still use their discount code. Look at the, yeah, it looks like some people mentioned you can't use their code in addition. I should have clarified, yeah, the discount code won't take it $20% off the sale price. But when I was in the menu, you could see the real prices for those, and you could see that they were $500, $600, but then with the discount code, it does bring it down. Katie's Camp Kitchen, I really like my ICECO JP40, and it fits between my van seats. Yeah, those are the tall, narrow fridges. Hell, and the dog bed fits on top of it. That's awesome. And that's how you found my channels, by looking at the fridge reviews. Awesome. Thanks, Katie's Camp Kitchen. Okay, let's take a look at some of these comments jumping down. John Tate said he ordered one of the Explore Bear 40s. I think you'll really like that fridge. Cage Rattler. Do you have a video on expanding storage for the Pekron E600? I do have a video about any power station. Let's jump into that really quick. So this 48 volt expansion battery video right here, if I click on it, it kind of goes into it. But this video, I use 12 volts, 24 volts, and 48 volt batteries. And because the Pekron 600 takes up to 95 volts or 93 volts input, you can plug a 48 volt battery into the Pekron, or you can use 24 volt or a 12 volt battery. So lots of options with the Pekron E600 because it takes a lot of solar voltage input, which is great about that. PM says, by the way, Jason, get some credit if you use his discount code. Yep, I do get a small kickback on those purchases, and that's kind of how I get compensated for my review videos, is by the affiliate links. Let's take a look at Ugreen power stations. So let's see if they have their portable power stations. Yep, okay, so so remember at CES, I reviewed the PowerOhm, or well, I checked out this company, and then I was able to get my hands on the PowerOhm 1200. Now this is a really decent power station. So this actually scored a perfect score on my power station review system because it did everything so well. This has fast wall charging. It accepted a lot of solar input. It had smart app connectivity. The UPS functionality worked really well. So lots of really good things about this. Now, some people might not like the handle on the top. Some people would say, well, Jason, the Delta 2 and the AC 180 are priced very similar, but they have a bigger inverter. So it kind of depends on what you're looking at. This does have a 1200 watt inverter and around 1000 watt hours of capacity, but it also had really good DC output. Yeah, so this was actually a really good power station, and it does have the $250 off, so you can pick it up for $750 right now, which brings the price down pretty low. So compared to the $799 of the Delta 2, $750 of this, $779 or $799, depending on if the discount code works for the Bluetti AC 180, you do save about $40 to $50 on this model. So, yeah. I'm curious what you guys think about the Pekron. I mean, did you guys like the Pekron not Pekron. What do you guys think about the Ugreen versus the other options, the Delta 2 and the AC 180? Okay. Most prep and tech. I currently use a mini fridge in my bedroom, which is right next to the AC 300. And I would rather have a fridge that I could hook up to the DC power to save money. You can run the fridges off 12 volts. Oh, you're talking about a mini fridge. Oh yeah, those are AC powered. Yeah, running a DC power fridge as just a small fridge in your house works really well. In fact, I have the Set Power FC12. Let's bring that up. Do I have that? Let's go back to Set Power. This is the one I have and I use it as a fridge at work. I love it. It's the FC series, and it's just this little one. Oh, it looks like they've updated a little bit. This is a little bit different. So this is a new model, but someone was mentioning somewhere about the not finding a cheap fridge. Well, here is a cheap fridge, guys. 139 bucks. Now, I use this one. Now, this is really small. This will fit like a lunch and a drink or something in it. So you got to think it's 15 liters, 21 quarts. So pretty small. It's got the same YE compressor, 3-year warranty. Anyway, the whole reason I brought this up is I run this as a fridge at my work. So I run this to just keep my lunch cold when I'm at work. So when I work in the office, because I do work in the office mostly throughout the week. I do have a couple remote days at home, but this is great fridge. If you're looking for a lunch box to have in your little office, I think this is a great option. I thought I'd just bring that up. It's kind of cool. Let's take a look here. Lisa is asking about, thanks for the heads up on the fridge suggestions. Now we just need to figure out how to get an AC free using a solar setup. Well, I mentioned earlier in the stream I'm using the Wave 2. It's a portable unit, but it's a heat pump, so it works as an AC or a heater. But it plugs into the wall, so that's also a very good way to run an AC off of solar. The other thing you could do is just buy a cheap 500 watt, 5000 BTU window unit, and plumb that all in, and that would run about 500 watts. So as long as your power station can handle the 500 watts, as long as you have 500 watts of solar, I'd recommend maybe like 700 watts to kind of offset the usage. But you could run AC as long as the sun was shining. So you could definitely offset that power, plug it into the power station, and run the AC window unit. Fortune SWF, love your channel, great information, thank you. Mark Flat, love the ICECO JP50 Pro. I've been running it for 7 months straight and not even a hiccup. That's a long time, 7 months straight. Thank you for the feedback. The JP50 Pro is really good. Very lightweight. That's probably one of the quietest fridges I've ever tested. That thing is silent. You can hardly hear it running. Sandy Rose says, thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you very much, guys. Adaptable says, harnessing the sun to freeze things is so awesome. Yeah, that's why I love the fridges, the 12-volt fridges, and the air conditioners that you can run off of solar. So cool. So I have one other thing that I want to talk about, at least in the live stream. So let me jump up here. This is a really cool product I found, guys. So I get a ton of emails all the time. And one of the emails I got was from a local company to the United States. So this is made in the US. So I was like, yeah, I'll give a shout out to your product. So these are called solar stakes. So it's this little teeny kit that comes with this kind of this Velcro that goes on the solar stand or the kickstand. And then it comes with these really nice aluminum stakes. They're thick and they're long, and so it won't bend. And it goes through this little hole here. And then you can see that it kind of stakes your solar panel down, because these panels in the wind will blow away. So any sort of wind and your panel is going to be flipping over or whatever. So really cool idea, guys. So right here, I have some. So I'll be doing a video on these. So this is called Solar Pivot Power, and this is the kit. And you can see it comes with 2 stakes and 2 straps. And right here, just super simple. And like I said, they're made in the USA. When they reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to be interested in testing this? I said, yes, this is a great product. I have a ton of people that have portable panels, and I've heard that they blow away all the time in the wind. So why not have a product that fixes that? So pretty cool. I'll be testing these out, and they're somewhat affordable. Now this company is also working on a smart tracker for solar panels. Let's see if it loads here. They sent me some pictures about this. I don't think it's quite out yet, but where is the... Let's look on Amazon. There you go. Affordable price too, guys. 20 bucks with a 25% off coupon. So you can pick this up for 15 bucks. I think this would be fairly useful for someone that's camping and wanting to use these. What do you guys think about that? Throw a comment down below. Let me read through some of these. John Tate said the EG4 has a mini split with built-in charge controller and run during the day with solar. Yes, I saw Will Prowse's video on that. Super cool. Eventually, someday, I will get a solar mini split. But right now I just don't have the roof space, which is annoying, and I don't have, yeah, I do not have a south-facing home, so my solar space is very limited. PM says, keep the solar panels affixed to the ground while camping. Very nice. I agree. I think it's pretty cool. Mo's Prep and Tech is upgrading to the AC180 for the bigger battery. Totally, I agree. That's pretty cool. Much bigger update than the EB3A. Let's see here. Oh yeah, PM says that that video I did with the comparison of the fridges, I had to keep putting the panel up because it was windy. Yeah, that is so true. The problem was where I was testing was concrete, so it'd be a little bit hard to test those. But let's take a look here. Adaptable. I think he said the U-Green panels are average. However, I see for only $50 more, you can get a Power Roam 1200 plus their 200 watt panel. Their panels put out around 140 watts. Their 200 watt panels put out around 140 to 145 watts in average conditions. So $50 is a very good deal for 150 watts of solar, 140 watts of solar. So yeah, that's a good price. The build quality on those panels is amazing. For some reason, you just don't get a lot of power from them. And like I said, the video coming up this Friday, I have 10 different panels that I'm comparing 200 watt solar panels head to head. And I do have the U-Green panels in there. Peter's asking what's my opinion on the 5-pin aviation plug on the Pekron. Yeah, I mean, they come with MC4 adapters, so they have their aviation port to MC4, so you get standard MC4 connections. It handles the amps fine. I'm not really, one way or the other on it. It's just not a standard pin. I would have loved to see like an XT60 or XT90. That would be kind of cool. Cage Rattler, let's jump in. He's asking about the best deal on a 200 watt panel or a 100 watt panel. Let's see really quick if there's anything on Amazon that's really good right now. Let's look at the Elicanta. Okay, so Elicanta 120, 159. This is a pretty normal price for this. These were priced at 159 last time I checked. So 160 is the normal price. That's why you got to be careful with Prime Day. They tell you it's a Prime Day, but usually the price is $229 with a $60 coupon or whatever coupon that brings it down to 160. So this is the same price that is usually going on, but it's a good price. So this is a very good panel. It comes with a ton of different adapters. So you can use it with XT60, Anderson, 8mm, MC4. Like, this comes with everything. And it puts out a good 100 to 110 watts in perfect condition. You're looking at around 95 to 100 during not perfect conditions. So for $159, this is a really good price. Now, this is very similar to the Balder 120. If I could spell it. Now, this one, Balder 120, is very similar. It has a lot of the same adapters, but it's a little bit cheaper. So this one comes in at $159 with the coupon. So just keep that in mind. These are both really good budget 100-watt solar panels. You can put them in parallel. You can put them in series. Yep. So there's your question about a good budget offering that's high quality. These have ETFE coatings, kickstands. They're somewhat water resistant. I've had mine survive through many different rainstorms, and they work really good. They're lightweight. That would be my recommendation. And hey, if you want, I don't really have a. Sorry, I don't have an affiliate link that I could throw in the description. So you'll get it for a good price on Prime Day or not. Okay. Kevin Riley's asking, Jason, will we be doing any future reviews of the EB3A with a B80 battery expansion when the cable is released? So that setup is basically what I'm doing here in this video. I'm connecting a battery up to the charging port on a power station. So the EB3A has no communication or no charging ability back to the B80. So there's nothing special going on there. I would just recommend, I'm not sure if the B80 is a good price or not. So it might be better off just buying a 100 amp hour battery and just dumping power into your power station if you're looking to get a longer runtime. Just because it's not an official expansion battery. It's just taking battery power from the B80 and dumping it into the charging port on the EB3A. So you can do that with any battery. The B80 is just another option for that. G-Buck Pig Bob, can you recommend an inverter generator that's dual fuel to keep my solar generator recharged on cloudy days? There's a lot of really good ones. I've tested the EcoFlow dual fuel, but that's a fairly expensive one. If you look on Amazon, just check the reviews. There's a lot of brands that work well for dual fuel. You're going to spend around $500, $600. Maybe there's a really good Prime Day deal on that. But I don't personally have any experience with any other brand. I do have a WEN generator that I've really liked. It's a 2,000 watt inverter generator. So maybe if you found a WEN dual fuel, which is WEN, I've had good experience with theirs. James says he bought the Westinghouse dual fuel generator. I've seen a good price on that one. Efficient RVer. Bob Wells likes the 200 watt all powers after hard use. Lately it's been $299 dipping to $219. Indeed it is $219 now. So yeah, that's pretty good. The Elecanta 200 watts, $400 with the current coupon $319. I do have a discount code that'll be even cheaper than that for Saturday, or this Friday coming out. Life Prepared said he bought two 100 watt Renogy panels for $134. Yeah, that's a really good price. Renogy makes good panels, so those will work just fine. Mark Flat, have you used the EcoFlow solar angle guide? I just use the can trick. So you just put a can on the solar panel and then you angle it until the shadow goes away. That's my type of solar angling that I use. And then when the shadow is not there, you know that it's facing directly at the sun. So that's the cheapest way that I use to angle my solar panels at the sun. I've talked about that in a few different videos. I have not used any angle guiding at all. If you're recommending like for different times of season, yeah. Efficient RVer mentions Champion has a dual fuel that has a good reputation. Yeah, Champion generators have good reputation as well. Okay. Hey, Sandy Rose, we reached 100 likes. Thank you so much for pushing that. And thank you guys for smashing the thumbs up button. So let me throw out the link to this, the solar panel kickstands. I didn't recommend that before. So let me put that in there. You guys can check that out. Also, you can check that out on Amazon. Pretty cool product. I thought this was a really cool product that some people would really want. And it just attaches with kind of a stretchy elastic band to the kickstands, so kind of cool there. Okay, one last thing, John Tate saying the 200 watt DC input limit on the EB3 is going to limit what you can get from the B80 or any battery. The B80 does have its own solar charge controller. Yeah, so the one benefit to the B80, I think, John, is that it has a higher voltage. It's under 30. It's like a 24 volt battery, so it's going to get right around 200 watts. Yeah. Good to see you, Sharf Armade. Okay, I'm kind of, if anybody doesn't have any other questions, I got to get packing for this camping trip that I'm going on. I think you guys are going to really like some of the content that I make up there. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up button. Gosh, I was going to do a giveaway. I wanted to do, so I have 2 panels that I could give away. So I'm really close to 50,000 subs, guys, and I really appreciate your guys' support. I'm at like 42,700, really close to 42,700. I'm planning to do a pretty big giveaway series for the 50,000 mark. So we'll see what happens there. But like I said, I just did a huge comparison video of the solar panels for this coming video on Friday. So what we'll do here, I'm going to give away, I think I want to do the all powers. Let me pull up this panel. Let's do the all powers. So if we pull up the, is it typing? Okay, let's see, there's your knee. This is the SP035, I think. It's a 200 watt panel. Okay, I will give this panel away. So how do we want to do this? So, just thinking how I want to do that. I didn't plan ahead here and I have limited time. So what we'll do here, let me just take a second. You guys are going to have to just deal with me blabbering in the background for a minute. But if I take this, I can make a Google form really quick. And you guys are just going to have to click on that. I want people in the live stream to just be available for this, because I like people that join the live stream. So I'm going to make a quick giveaway form here. It's just not going to have anything fancy in it, guys, okay? So let me just come up with a new form. Like I said, this is last second. Why can't I make a new form? Apologize. Last second giveaway, but I gotta give you guys good stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this. This is the all powers 200 watt solar panel. Okay. Okay, form description. Okay, so we're just gonna do basic questions here, guys. So we're gonna do short answer. So I will have to have name, email, and location. And then we'll add another question. Okay. Sorry, guys, for the delay here, but I totally didn't plan ahead for this, the giveaway. So we are going to give away this All Powers SP35. Now, it actually performed really well for the testing and for the price point. Very lightweight, portable panel, 200 watts, really good output. So I will ship this panel to the winner of this giveaway. So let me just save this. Now this ain't gonna be fancy, guys, so let me just see how we can do this. But just be aware, for me to be able to give this away, I need your email address and I need your name. Okay? So there's the form. So go ahead and enjoy. Just go ahead and fill that out. And you'll be entered. Now, I am going on a camping trip. So just FYI, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to be able to kind of get back to this winner for a little bit. So just be patient with the response. But, you know, basically, I'm going to email this person directly that they're winner, and then after they get the product, I'll have them take a picture of the product in their possession, and then I will announce the winner on the channel, in the community page. So, so I think that's all the time I have for the product here. So, or at least for the live stream. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to think of anything else. But anyway, guys, I love doing these live streams. It's always fun to talk about all these products and get your guys' feedback. I always appreciate your guys' support for thumb-upping the videos and sharing the content. My goal is to just get this channel to 100,000 plus subscribers, and I'm working really hard to do it, and it's through you guys that's possible. You guys got to share with your friends, your family. You know, tell people about power stations. No one knows about these things. It's a very small niche group. Like, I bet most of your guys' family members don't even know what these things are. So it's kind of just a small niche, and a lot of it can grow really quick if people learn about it. So, yeah. Let me just go through the comments really quick. Let's see, Jose's, I think that you should not bother buying a Jackery if they do not to send one to test. I'll probably break that down in a later review or maybe a later live stream if something ever happens with the Jackery. Like I said, kind of weird, right? I think the other thing that I said is when I was going to review the Jackery E2000, I told them I don't do biased reviews, so it's going to be the facts. I'm going to stick to the features and the performance of the power station. If you're kind of wanting me to do something weird and lie about it, I'm not going to lie about it. So I don't know if they didn't like that. They did say that I would have to send my video to them and they would approve it and they would recommend changes. And I'm just like, guys, I don't do biased reviews. I do honest reviews and I tell you the facts about the power station. So that was kind of like, they were kind of like, I don't know if we want to send it to this guy. He's going to say how the power station really performs. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please smash the thumbs up button before you exit out of the video. Let me go ahead and enter that giveaway link one more time just so you guys got that. Remember, we're doing the All Powers 200 watt solar panel giveaway. Make sure you enter into that form, put your email in there, your name in there. Just include anything, right? This is last minute, so if you don't have any way for me to contact you, you can't win. But wish me luck on my camping trip, and thank you guys so much for watching the live stream. Sorry I couldn't get to everyone's comments. There's just so much in here, but I will be doing a future live stream where we'll do a little bit longer and I'll get to more of your guys' comments. I love answering your guys' questions, getting your guys' feedback, hearing your guys' thoughts about all this stuff. So I'll tell you guys, these live streams are so fun. So thank you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream here. Have a great rest of the night. Enter into the giveaway, guys. Don't forget about that solar panel. Anybody can be a winner. Yep, we'll see you later.